Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. In today's new episode, I'm joined with Charlotte, and Charlotte's going to be talking about her autism journey so far, and yeah, it's going to be a really nice chat. So, Charlotte, it's great to have you on the podcast today.
Hello, thank you for having me. Yes, and also known as the Spectrum Girl.
Yes, the Spectrum Girl. Charlotte's known as the Spectrum Girl.
Yeah.
Um, so with like your autism, like I guess sort of before that, if you wouldn't mind just saying a little bit about yourself, like how did your page come about, and maybe when you decided to kind of talk about it more like publicly.
Yes. When I was 38, I was diagnosed with autism, and that was in 2020. And I had been on sick leave for a couple of years. From I had to quit work because I got into conflicts, socially struggled a lot my whole life. Always got into uh, arguments and conflicts that I really just never understood what the heck, how I ended up there. Because yeah, obviously I didn't know I had a different way of connecting the dots, and then had a different way of communicating it, a bit atypical way of communication and all that. So, and people didn't like that, and liked to make an example of me. I was always like the scapegoat for everyone. Like if anything or anyone ever felt bad, everyone just always would point to me. And I don't know. After a while, I think uh, I started to believe it, that there had to be something wrong with me, and everybody had to be right about me just being an awful person. And I became extremely depressed, so badly that I wanted to just end everything. And that's when I just one day walked into the doctor's office and said, I'm going to end everything if I have to go back to work. And that is, things have to be quite extreme for that to happen to someone. It's not something you do lightly, to just quit life,
Yeah.
basically. And then the doctor, I was lucky because not every doctor would actually understand when you say that. They would actually just downplay it. Even if you say that wherever you go, they would say, hey, take some time off, you're stressed, you know. But this doctor, he could see that this was serious, and he said, well, okay, then we will make sure you do not go back to that job. Or actually, he said, go back to work. Uh, I think he knew how serious it was. Like, he didn't even try to suggest anything in the future for me. He knew that I just had to stop with what I was doing and figure out what it was. And that saved my life because I, 1 year later, well, the first year I was just in bed. I was so burned out and depressed I couldn't function. And in 2019, I started intensive therapy, and twice a week. And after a year of doing the intensive therapy, when I was about to turn 38, I finally was diagnosed with autism. After all that intense therapy, it's just everything fell into place and made sense. I was able to make sense out of my mind, why it worked the way it worked, and all the pieces just fell into place, and I could finally hear my own thinking in the way I was supposed to hear my own thinking, and the way I was supposed to understand myself. Like usually everything was just like I was doubting the way I was thinking always before. And but then after therapy, I would I was I got my head cleared up, and I was finally able to think like a one single clear thought that I think I'm autistic. And I just told my therapist like, hey, I think I have Asperger's, because that's what people still said in 2019, 2020-ish.
Okay.
Some still said that, some still do.
Yeah.
And but he said, yes, I think you are too. So let's send you to, I will order a neuropsychologist um, assessment. And then, yeah, just underwent the assessment and got diagnosed. And then I simultaneously, as I was doing that, actually, I started my Instagram page, and I thought quite long and hard about what I was going to name myself, because this was cathartic, kind of. It was a cathartic journey for me to finally know who I was for the first time in my life, almost 40 years old, and suddenly now, I mean, now only now I had some inkling of who I was. So the name, the Spectrum Girl, it means a lot to me. It sounds very simple, and I usually also joke about it, and I say I'm a girl, I'm on the spectrum, and that's why I say the Spectrum Girl. But that is true too. But it also because a spectrum is nuanced, and it gives some freedom to think, flexibility. And even though people say autistic thinking is black and white thinking, I think that's not the best way to describe the mindset. But so uh, anyway, a spectrum girl is representative of being autistic for me. I mean, there's so many things going on in my head. So the name just helps me live fully as myself, my alter ego.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's really interesting because it does take time to even make pages after, especially after what's happened in your life. Um,
yeah,
because you don't even think about it really, like creating a page. It's not at the top of your mind. Um, I'll create a page, but I think it probably just falls into place probably after everything you've been through, like maybe creating a space um on social media that kind of maybe help other people maybe so they don't go maybe through as much maybe as yourself.
yeah. I had a specific uh, goal when I went into it, or specific hopes, was of finding community and building connections, meaningful connections, and that I have done. Uh, so
Yeah,
yes, and
yeah,
I'm just happy that some of my content, my writing, anything that I've done has been able to be of help for other people. That is a huge plus.
yeah, yeah. I agree because I feel like with myself, I didn't go into anything thinking about creating a page at all. Like I think I created mine around when the pandemic was 2020.
Mm,
Um, it was initially to start with was just an autism page, but then it gradually went into maybe a little bit of Crohn because I have that as well. So they kind of reflected on each other. So I thought I'll create that, and then let the podcast come about, which was due to just be something to do with like just during COVID pandemic, but because of how long that went, just continued it really. So yeah, it is harder than like to create something because you just want to get within the right audience because sometimes not everyone's going to understand. Um, and maybe in like in any term. But yeah, I think it kind of once you do it more, I think it just more becomes a hobby really of yours than anything.
Yeah, that is, I agree. And it has become a hobby for me. It becomes a lifestyle. In the beginning, it became my whole life. After not too long, it just became my entire life. Because, well, actually, to be honest, I didn't really have much of a life before. And I don't really have much of a life without it. So I feel quite vulnerable um, about if I feel like I'm going to lose it, what am I going to do then? Because it's my way of connecting with like-minded people and hear other people and being heard myself and just get coming together as a community is like what will happen? Because there was a point in 2023, someone had reported something I said in a story about when I went out with my friend in Thailand. I wrote, I'm kidnapping my friend to the Unicorn Cafe. And then I got threatened by Instagram. I don't know if it was a bot or somebody trolling me, but I almost lost my whole account because I used the word kidnap. I was like, what the? Please. And I was pleading with them to please don't close it down. Please help. Like, and after that, I actually became exhausted. Not too long after that, I traveled back to Norway and fell in, and then coming back to Norway, I wasn't good because I've never really been happy here because I am in Norway now too, and fell into a deep depression and got burned out again. So when when there's a lot of things that go wrong in my life, not it doesn't take that much before I'm completely ruined again because I'm not as strong as people think. Many people they just look at my Instagram and assume things. They just assume that I have everything together, but they couldn't be more wrong. Couldn't be more wrong. It doesn't take much to just like and then it's over. I am not strong like that. They can just a few things all at once will push me over the edge of because I'm some people say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but it makes absolutely no sense. If something almost kills you over and over and over, then your wounds are never able to heal fully, and and then if you keep get another scratch on top of that, uh, you can never really fully heal. And so to me, that saying does not make sense. And that's why I'm not afraid to admit that I am not that strong. I'm actually human being, vulnerable. And when bad things happen to someone who's already been down quite a lot, it's really, really risky and doesn't take. I mean, I'm always really scared. But now I'm in a better place finally after 2023. I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't really been super active for the past couple of years. But
Yeah,
and yeah, you noticed maybe
yeah, yeah.
I kind of disappeared a little bit and
Mm.
was a lot more uh, visible, I think, to people before that. Made more noise, talked more. I was louder, but now then I some things got me, kicked me down, held me down. So I've been working really hard to get back up on my feet. Also, health-wise, I had some health problems on top of that, some mystery stuff that kept happening, like a year ago, half of my hair, like 50% of my hair just fell out. And it's just, it hasn't really grown back, all of it, but uh, like stuff like that, mystery stuff that nobody could figure out what was happening. And
Yeah.
anemic, I got anemic, and nobody could figure that out. Like there's like, and then I had hormone issues, and nobody could answer me about that. And so I can't even. Yeah, I had a surgery on my ear 2 times. Two surgeries in my ear because it's got ear problems now. I have problems with this ear. It's like
Hmm.
today, and I have the BPPV thing. What is that in English? Benign paroxysmal benign positional pos, the
It's a long name, isn't it?
paroxysmal vertigo. It's a type of vertigo in your inner ear that makes you extremely dizzy if you turn your head in a certain position. Those inner ear crystals are dislodged, and it affects your balance nerve. So everything keeps spinning, even though haven't been spinning, even though you're not even moving more than like this. And then the whole everything just your eyes will start going like this too. To the people outside, oh God, oh that was made me sick to do that with my ears, with my eyes. So I've been struggling with all these mystery illness. And today I went to get my inner ear crystals adjusted, and they have to strap me to a chair, and
Yeah.
and like this spaceship thing, and then turn me around and then shake me. Like literally, that is the treatment for inner ear vertigo. Uh, I have actually posted a video of that in my on my Instagram, one of the very first videos, I think in 21 or 2020, 21. And because I've struggled with that really weird illness for a long time, but it started coming back now, and yeah, today I adjusted it. But yes, but now I'm getting better. So that was a lot. Yeah. Why
Yeah.
did I say all of that?
Yeah. It is.
Why did,
Yeah. It's 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 not uncommon, with autism and like chronic illness, I think, because
yeah,
it's quite
Ehlers-Danlos
common.
syndrome too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's quite
Frustrating.
it's quite common because I got diagnosed with autism when I was 9, 2000 and I can't remember, probably 2009. Because I'm 24. So within that, like later on, I get diagnosed with Crohn's in 2017. So yeah, it's not uncommon. Like loads of people have these chronic illness that they develop a bit later on, which isn't nice, really, is it?
No,
But
it's
it's
not
it's
because
not, and
nobody can really
yeah,
see it, so they just keep they don't understand it. They're being ableist all the time and acting like we are just complaining and being needy and or high maintenance, and they have absolutely no idea until it strikes themselves too.
yeah, it's hard because like people see you like walking, and they'll think because you walk, you're fine. You can do anything.
Mm,
You can do everything yourself, which is not the case. I mean, maybe
mm.
eventually, yeah, you can, but even after a while, even after if you've had the condition or illness for a while, it's still going to affect you. Um,
Yeah,
but
of course.
yeah, so I found during my journey so far, like. I kind of felt this in 2020 when I decided to create a page. And like you, I think I'm the opposite now than when I was. So like 2020-ish, I was posting all the time, but now not as much. Like
Why is that?
I don't know, I just feel like not as committed to posting all the time because I think it's quite draining to post.
Mm,
Like if you have like a schedule, I've got to post on this day now, I've got to post on this day. Then I think if I just limit myself to maybe doing it maybe once or twice a month, it's a bit easier, and like I don't have to stress about, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. So now my kind of schedule is like every year now it is. So I normally do, if I'm not doing anything, I'll do like a podcast episode, like if there's nothing to share. So I'll do one like a festive, maybe not a festive, like like a seasonal special, like maybe an Easter one or Christmas one, if there's no episodes going out. So I'll try and do maybe one or two a month, start maybe from like March, April time. And then
Yeah.
I think just easier than, because what I was doing, right? So you have Autism Awareness Month. One Autism Awareness Month, pretty early on, maybe 2021, 2022, one of those years.
When
For
is
the
that?
whole month.
April?
Yeah, April, yeah.
Hmm.
In April. So we had an episode out every day. I was that busy because it was
Oh,
around like
yeah.
on the floor. I don't know. It was. I think it
But
was
that was
part.
2020. Yeah, so that was when the
Yeah,
pandemic was. So
it was much
maybe
easier.
it was something to do to keep the
Yeah.
day going.
Yeah, but now I think
Oh.
about it, that was mental. Just doing it every. Obviously, I didn't record every day, but
It was mental.
yeah, it was mental that we did it every single day. I think we missed the weekends out maybe, but I'm not even sure I did that. So, like, I had people on saying like I've got an episode today, got an episode tomorrow, like every day. I
Yeah.
thought it's crazy. So yeah, I don't do that
I
anymore.
miss those days actually, to be honest. I did a lot better when all the mean people were locked up in their homes.
Yeah. It was much better 'cause you could just go out. It's like a wasteland. They're just going out. It's
Yeah,
like a horror movie. Like you go out, no one's
I
out.
loved it. No, but it was also like I'm sorry, it may sound cruel to say it, but all of the normies, the normal people, like they would they would be so shocked at being alone, and like they have never, they're so used to life being normal or whatever they think it's so, but they don't understand exclusion, and now they were forced, had it forced upon them. For many of us, like autistic people and non neurodivergent and disabled people, who oft was like often used to being quite much by ourselves, uh, didn't really react that hard to it, didn't really take into depression, but rather were flourished during that time. While depression was on the rise, it was different uh, for me at least. I can say it was like finally there was some quiet in the world, so we could talk, like so people.
Yeah. It felt
Yeah,
different. I'm like you because I thought now you like I had loads of people moaning to me saying, "Oh, I'm stuck in there, I'm stuck," and then I'm like, "Well, live in my world." That's
yeah.
what it's like, probably a lot for me, and I don't mind it. So some people don't like, I guess, being on their own or like their own company. But I don't know. I'm not one of those people who go out with their mates to go and getting drunk and stuff. I don't really enjoy that. That's not fun to me. But
Sometimes we go out and sometimes we
yeah,
don't. It's just
yeah,
that I know for a fact that autistic people, uh, many more, uh, are also never even given the choice to be social. It's like maybe some of us like you, just more often don't really feel it to be necessary to go out with a pack and have pack mentality. We are capable of doing like independent things independently and think independently more and feel like that's fulfilling. And then when when all those Homo sapien thinking people were, I just say that because it was the Neanderthals that were the where we stem from. Apparently, I've heard the Neanderthal autistic theory. I don't know if you heard it. It's like that's where our DNA stems from. this kind of independent thinking,
Mm.
uh, and also be thinking a little bit differently. And Homo sapiens came and destroyed that with their collective hive mind. They were like, have you seen Star Trek, the Borg?
Oh,
Like,
I haven't seen that.
okay, so there's the Borg is this cyborg people, and they are a hive mind collective, like a half AI, half human, and they just try and assimilate everyone they meet, and they just say, uh, resistance is futile. We will assimilate you. And that's what it feels like that neurotypical people and Homo sapiens did to the Neanderthals. They just like, you can't resist. We will take you over, but still, there's something left behind always in the back of the mind, that little divergent thing. And that I think is what has been the advantage during isolation times and stuff like that. That gene divergency to be able to operate independently and feel fulfilled without having to have huge agricultural farms with the kingdoms and queendoms and stuff like that. That's what the Homo sapiens did. They started it. They started all that mess,
Yeah,
made stupid hierarchies.
that's the
They,
thing.
yeah, they didn't have that. Neanderthals didn't have hierarchies. They had the. Sorry, I interrupted you. They had the merotic. What is that? Meroticus? No, merot. Nej, democracy. Merocracy.
But
What the?
democracy.
Not democracy. Yeah, probably that too. But merits. Your merits. They were like you were. They didn't have hierarchies like one on the top. They had specialists.
Hmm.
They had specialists. Like everyone got to find their own specialty field and be really, really great at something. But the Homo sapiens, you had to do like everything. So you got washed out, kind of your skill sets, and you're told to assimilate. Go to school, read these books. You have to study this. Yes, because even though we don't understand math, we have to do it. You have to. It makes no sense, but you have to. Just do it. And I interrupted you. I'm sorry. Do
That's
you
okay.
remember what you were going to say?
I can't remember now. But now you speak about maths. Like when I was at school, I thought that like you learn all this maths and not a lot of it you need. You just need to know the basics really.
The maps.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking about math.
Yeah, that's what I said. Math, not maps.
Math,
Yeah,
math.
math,
Okay,
math.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because
No, not
maps,
maps.
they are cool. I
Yeah.
really like maps. I want like a mini globe, but I just have such a small apartment. And also, I was thinking about getting like a huge world map. Autistic people are. We are lots of hyper interested specialists.
Yeah. That's a good
Yeah,
name. Yeah.
yeah. So and we are yeah, that genetic variation that gives us these abilities are linked with the Neanderthal DNA,
Yeah.
which we all have,
Yeah.
all white people at least. Like I think that's what I think also because they did say Homo sapiens walked out of the African continent, and so they didn't have the Neanderthal DNA, but that's actually been disproven. They now have found Neanderthal DNA there as well, but I am not sure it was absolutely everyone. I think I read that somewhere, but it is quite interesting, isn't it? Although doesn't mean that people who other people can't be specialists at something. It's not an us versus them thing here, like Homo sapiens and normies versus autistic people and Neanderthal. I don't want to do that. It's just me and my dry sense of humor.
Yeah. It's better to have a sense of humor though than none.
Yeah, well, it depends on if people get the
Yeah.
humor. If they
Yeah,
don't
of course.
understand it and just get offended, then it's like, oof. Well, and that's what usually happens with me in my case. People
Yeah.
usually just get offended that they just don't see it the
Like
way I see
when
it.
I was younger, I always got offended by stuff.
You
Um,
did?
yeah, I always got offended.
What?
I don't know because when I was at school, when I was younger, not I was the kid that everyone was mean to for some reason. So I
Well, it
just
sounds like it was you had a reason.
yeah. But then I just thought because of I was dealt that hand, but as I got older, I just took offense to everything. But then I think it was more so when I got diagnosed with my Crohn's, I thought I don't care anymore. I had a more better upbeat mentality. So then it got better with my autism. So then I had a better sense of humor. So then I turned into someone that who got offended by everyone to then someone was basically the class joker later on, who was basically just joking all the time in class, making jokes, and always having to say I'm joking at the end of them if people didn't get it.
Oh, I can relate.
Um, and then people just stare at you, thinking what are you doing. So um, yeah,
I relate to it.
I just rather have fun than not have fun.
Yes, it's also I have I've had some situations where I don't understand other people's jokes. So they sometimes people may not understand my jokes, but I wish they would ask me what about the jokes so I could at least explain it, so I don't just sit there and like nobody asks anything. But so what I do, if I don't understand other people's jokes, at least I will say it like I don't understand the joke. Could you explain it? I would actually like to understand it. Please, just please explain it. I'm so curious.
Yeah,
But other people never do that. Like they just make me sit there like some
yeah,
like like
yeah,
alone, sitting there like you're you make no sense.
yeah.
And
It's
like, but
I've been in that situation, and like they just stare at you, and they
mm,
look at you like, "What are you talking about?" Like you should automatically get what they're saying.
mm, we need to ask more questions.
Yeah,
Ask each other more questions.
I think we do because like, but it's just about having fun, having a joke. But and then it's funny because something that we might take seriously, someone has a joke, and then it's the opposite way, it's the other way around as well. So yeah, I do think in turn, and sometimes like everyone's different, aren't they? So not everyone's gonna have like everyone has a different sense of humor. Everyone has a sense of humor not everyone's gonna understand. Um, it's almost like we're not the same species at all sometimes,
Yes,
isn't it?
that is definitely true. I always have that experience. Like it's like we're not speaking the same language sometimes. It's like, did you like not hear anything I just said? Sometimes it's like that. To I have to go to some people, mostly normie people, and I'm sorry to have to say that. I really don't mean to create a divide, me, us versus them, but I don't know how else to put it. But usually,
Yeah,
normie people have like they don't understand what language I'm talking.
it's
That's what it feels like.
it's like in terms of how I would say it's like Dalek versus Cyberman or something like like two different like species against each other or something because
Yeah.
because because I'm being me being disabled, say I use the disabled toilet, people see I can walk probably quite well to the toilet and back, and then you've got someone outside sitting in their wheelchair looking at you really evilly, and they're looking at me, and
Oof.
then they come up to you and say, um, "Why are you using that?" And then so nowadays, if people do that to me, I'll just be like. I'm just because I can walk doesn't mean I can't use the toilet. Fair enough, I know
Yeah.
normies um do, right?
Mm.
We all know
Yeah,
that that will
those
happen.
bastards. It's them, and then it's us. No, I'm just kidding.
But they'll use it, right? I mean, I will give it. To be fair, if there's a, I don't know if they're disabled or not. This is the thing. This is what people get so wrong. People can
Mm.
just assume they're not disabled because they see them. But for
Yeah,
example, if because in some areas in the UK, people pay to use the toilet, not the disabled toilet, but the normies toilet.
yeah,
And
here as well.
if there is a queue, and there is no one like wait to go in my toilet, disabled toilet, I'll be like, here you go, because obviously you use a key to get in and stuff. I'd let them. I'd let them if they've been waiting. Um,
Yeah,
just for being kind,
yeah,
yeah, there are people just use it for the sake of it.
yeah. If there's absolutely no one in an entire shopping mall around, uh, I definitely use the disabled toilet because I am disabled too. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and I need extra time often. Um, so for various reasons, often I need to, but I mean, if it's like really super busy and packed, I never know if there's gonna be someone pulling up in a wheelchair any second, and I try to uh, avoid to use it then. But if I have a pain attack or something, and then I can't be bothered what the heck anyone is going to think about me because I can't go into like a those stalls and sit there, take my medication and not uh like I can't do that. That's like not yeah, God, that's like not healthy to put myself through that stressful situation if I'm
Yeah,
having like a pain attack and I need to handle it in a safe way and take medications and or do some breathing or something like that. Then I need to go into a handicap toilet
yeah,
to for safety reasons as well. Those are
that's
situations.
understandable. Like I will always, if there's a disabled toilet there, I will always use it purely because I don't like people, and what I mean by that is I don't like people in the sense of going in a public area toilet because I don't know, I don't like but I just don't like people like just staring and stuff like that. So I'll just go into disabled toilet if I see one. But obviously, if there's no choice, I'll use a public
Mm,
one at like at worst cost. Um,
yeah.
yeah,
If there's no choice, then yes, I will also use the public one.
but
But
yeah.
yeah,
But what they're doing, I don't know if you've heard, but what at theme parks what they're doing now is because obviously if you have autism or on the spectrum, you have to pass the skip queues. But now they're not doing that anymore, so they're going to stop that.
yeah, I think I heard it was for people with ADHD, but I didn't hear
Mm.
it was for people who are autistic.
I'm not sure. I think it might be all like that's kind of what I feel. It might just be
Really?
age.
Where?
I don't know. I don't know where. Um, I
In the
just heard.
US, I think.
I don't know where it is. I just heard somewhere that it might just be ADHD, or I don't know if it's the whole spectrum. But because I think people were
Ah, now I
complaining.
remember. Sorry for jumping in. I just remembered it. I have read it, and
Okay.
I just got a flash. It was people with anxiety and
Oh,
ADHD,
yeah, that's where it was inside. Yeah.
and it was one theme park. I don't remember the name of it, but I remember the conditions.
Yeah, because I I I heard it on the radio where this woman was complaining because people were just skipping the queues all the time.
Now I'm so
Um,
curious. I need to check it out.
yeah. I mean, I don't go to theme parks that often, but whenever I have done, I've always skipped more or less on if it's not been if it's really long.
Yeah. I haven't really been that much to theme parks in quite a long time, actually, because of my vertigo illness, the BPPV illness, which is like I'm super scared of dislodging the inner ear crystals if I take the roller coaster. But I used to love the roller coaster. I miss it.
Yeah. Like it's
Yeah.
good. Like
But theme parks, though, they do have other things than roller coasters. So
yeah, you can go in the arcade.
it's a bad excuse that I'm using.
Yeah, you could just go and just stand there, be the person that holds all the bags.
Yeah, actually, I think I have avoided them because I didn't have anyone to go with.
Hmm.
But shouldn't let that keep me back. Should just go by myself.
Yeah, you can go on the tiny little rides.
Yeah, or just to go and have a walk around and have whatever snack and take those, those the rides that with the swings in
Oh yeah.
those they look well I have taken them, but they are very like you get a nice view, get some fresh air. It looks and it is because I remember it's quite soothing. Just dangle your feet and sit in a seat. And just
Yeah. And look down. Look down.
yeah.
See how high you're up, and then, yeah,
Oh
like
yeah, I was Googling like theme parks that no longer allows people with ADHD. Yeah,
I wonder why it's just them to kind of why is it why if that's the case just anxiety and ADHD why not others?
there it is. Merlin Entertainments in early February 2026, which operates Alton Towers, Legoland Windsor, and Chessington World and Adventures in the UK, announced a trial to restrict its ride access pass, which effectively stopped people with, oh, ADHD, autism, and anxiety. So I did
Yeah.
not know that autism was also in there from using the system if they only had difficulty with crowds. Oh, that's really shit. Okay, so there's another one here that says Alton Towers remove pass for people with ADHD and anxiety. Okay, so I have that is the headline that I remember because it says people with ADHD and anxiety, like specifically. But that other thing said autism as well. So I didn't remember incorrectly. I just hadn't seen that there were also articles that say that it conditions like autism as well. Jeez, that's like awful.
Yeah, it's not good.
It is. Who did that?
Don't know. I just saw some lady moaning on the radio, and then that's happened
M
now.
what did you say? You saw a lady moaning on the radio.
Yeah, yeah. A lady was moaning on the radio about it, saying we need to stop these people like overtaking on the queues, and then ever since
That
that's
is a
happened.
funny word. Moaning, like
Yeah,
moaning.
yeah, moaning, yeah, moaning, yeah, yeah. Oh, moaning, complaining.
Yeah, I like that word. That is a funny word. I haven't heard it in a long time. That's a funny word. Moaning. I want to
Yeah,
remember that. But yes, I interrupted you.
yeah, moaning, whinging.
Yeah, you
Um,
heard a woman moaning on the
yeah,
radio.
yeah.
Radio.
She was she was moaning. I only heard it briefly. I mean, I didn't even know until like my mum told me about it, saying, "Oh, you can't," because I don't live that far away, really. Like
Oh,
from I've never been there though. I've never been to like Chessington or Alton Towers. I haven't been to either of them.
did you wait, no, I thought you said Austin Powers.
No, Alton Powers. Uh, that would be a good one. If it was for make
I've
they can
never
name
been
a
to
ride.
Austin Powers.
No, Alton Towers. I've never been there. I've never been to Chessington. I mean, I've only ever been to maybe two theme parks. Um, probably three. Um, but yeah, I would hope if you have a chronic illness, then maybe that's the only reason for skipping queues, perhaps. But I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's like I don't know. They're putting people in a tough spot because, but let's consider the possibility that some people have taken advantage of that system
Mm.
and ruined it for everyone else. What would you think about that?
I think that probably is a possibility because, say, for example, you're with a family and one of those lot have are on the spectrum in some capacity or have anxiety. Um, because I will be honest, a lot of I get the anxiety one because everyone probably has the anxiety, whatever
Mm-hmm.
condition you have. So yeah, I get that. Um, but moving ADHD and moving autism, potentially autism, in that category as well. Yeah, it goes back to like the toilet situation. People will take advantage of using the disabled toilet, and yeah, probably people will take advantage of it. But I think they just need to be careful where they tread because they need to be careful because the thing is, it's not about skipping the queues really. That's not the problem for all these people. The problem is that they can't cope in these social environments, like being so close to people. I think it's for one. Um, and yeah, um, because the thing is, now that like say this happens, the queue's gonna be extra long. The queue's gonna go like all over the theme park more or less if they're looking for, let's say it's one ride. So they really need to balance what happens.
Yeah. How does that work? If if the I don't understand the logic that yeah, because there were two queues before,
Mm.
and then now but but it doesn't go any faster though, does it? It's still the same amount of people, no matter the
Yeah,
amount of queue. I mean, like the amount of people inside spending time on rides. There's just so many seats on each ride,
yeah.
and they
Like
can only let in like one person at a time, no matter. Or did they let in like people from both lines at the same time?
I don't,
And now
I don't know if it's
only
all the rides though. I don't know if every single ride. I think maybe because you normally had to wear an armband or something, and then that showed like that you could skip the queues. Um,
oh
I think
yeah.
it wasn't like for everybody. So I think like the only the people who are on like it's normally a band, maybe yellow band or something like that, a yellow wristband, and you show it, you can skip the queues. Um, so I don't know if like people taking advantage would even interfere because you you have to have all these documents, don't you, to show if like you're on the spectrum. So you show all that and then you do it. So I don't get I don't get how this will even make things better.
No, it's a very complex situation, but however, it is very frustrating considering uh, when I consider the possibility of people who are taking advantage of vulnerable people and have now ruined things for them. Mm, I know. I mean, this is like a controversial area always, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired of like we can't speak about anything anymore, and I'm just done with it. I'm just gonna speak about things, and because it is a possibility that some are faking their illnesses. Like, what the heck is so controversial about saying that? Like, if we don't talk about the that things that actually have a possibility of, then that's quite naive and rather illogical and quite irresponsible. In fact, it's like, are you just going? Does that mean like because some people actually do not take advantage, that means that we can't talk about those who do? It makes no sense.
Yeah,
Because some people are like, you can't say that because now you're making it worse again for all the people who actually do suffer. Now you're just like all everything that has been built up and all that. But is there not any other way to do this? Like to advocate in a way so that we stop people from sneaking in and taking advantage of situations.
Yeah.
And so we still also make sure people who need help get help and support. It's just really complicated. My brain feels like it's going to get fried from thinking about solutions on it because you don't want to exclude more people in need
Well,
by putting like endangering having open solutions like that, like not having to always defend your condition and all that, because that obviously puts a lot of pressure off having conditions, illnesses that you already feel bad enough about as it is. But now these rules are just perpetuating many uh, prejudice thinking that already exists. And but at the same time, it is also true that some, maybe very few, are uh, taking advantage and have contributed to this for this to happen.
that's it. Like,
So it's very difficult.
it's tough because I think most people, well, most places, not just theme parks, but most places have a fast queue. Like you go to Comic Con, you can buy a diamond pass, gets you in faster. So I don't think it's necessary you need to scrap the whole skipping at theme parks. There are other ways you can still do that because you're just making it feel like people on the spectrum are the issues here when it's not. It's just people complaining that you're getting on a ride. You still get on the ride. It's just a little bit slower. Like I'm. It's just it's annoying because it's just an easy way out, really. So it's not
What is
right.
an easy way out?
Like it's an easy way um to kind of discount people on the spectrum. Just like to blame them for like.
Well, that's terrible, actually. I didn't think of
Yeah.
it that way. I was thinking that they were,
Because there's so many ways you could look at
oh
it.
God, yeah, now that you say it, how slow am I? They're actually, yeah, so sorry, I was thinking loudly. My logic is that it hurts autistic people because too many people have uh, uh, taken advantage of their situation and disability situation, and some have not needed all that support and then put pressure on the system. Yeah,
Yeah. I, I think there is that too as well. Because there's so many different ways because you don't know the kind of reason why other than um they skipped the queue. I mean, what other reason? There's not much of a reason why to get rid of it. I don't know.
yeah, gosh, I wasn't really,
It's a difficult one.
that didn't really dawn on me until now that that is absolutely discriminating. How, oh, that, like, what the, but, oh man, I need to just, why shouldn't my autistic son skip the queue? Someone asks. Yeah, why?
Yeah.
It's just so going backwards. I was thinking more about people with ADHD and anxiety that because that's when we were talking about before is like what you were mentioning, every condition brings anxiety along on the side, and it just gets overwhelming because absolutely everyone has that, and not absolutely everyone, not
No.
proper full-blown anxiety. I feel So yeah, here we are on to something here, that people are exaggerating things, and this is like a really inflamed, difficult topic, because that's the exact same biases that we have to face all the time, but they exist also for a reason, because someone did trick people.
Mm.
It's not it's unavoidable. It's really like a topic nobody wants to talk about, or everybody's scared, like, oh, you can't say that, but doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, and it's not like actually it never happens. It does happen. It doesn't mean that we're going to vilify autistic people or people with disabilities that have hidden disabilities, but we need to be allowed to talk about people who, okay, let's say there are people who are blatant narcissistic liars and have just seen in the media uh, people who create content about mental health, and these people have absolutely no this regard for other people's needs. They just put themselves first and just couldn't care less about any other people. And so they found out there's a way to skip the line. And then they think, I don't even need to show anything. I'm just gonna go. Just say you have anxiety, man. You know, maybe that's like what could have happened a lot. Maybe people just simply lie. They
Yeah.
just, countless people must have just gone up there and lied, because why else have people become so hostile towards these conditions?
It's really silly. Like it could happen in any environment as well. Like, well, when you get a train, for example, when you're at your station and you have to get through those barriers, you have to put your train ticket card in. Um, but there are barriers for disabled people as well, and I think a lot of people probably lie to say that. Um, like say I'm disabled, and they get through easier if there's like a queue to get through the normal
What you say?
turnstiles.
A lot of autistic people lie.
No, not autistic people. Just people. No, people in general
Oh yeah,
probably
people in yes,
just overuse it and just say
yeah.
because I've used the obviously disabled barrier, and they don't even ask you like
Hmm.
like they don't even ask you to show anything. They just let you through. Um, so
Yeah.
so maybe I think
Yeah.
the problem is around documents and not showing proof of things. Really, maybe.
People have no what is it? Uh, Manners. We need to learn manners in society. Um, not uh, grow up to think it is okay to just break these small rules, that it doesn't hurt anyone, because now it obviously has hurt a lot of people. For example, in when I've been to Japan, I have had to uh, we get I noticed that you are asked more often to give proof, documentation for being autistic. It's everything is so systematic, but it's just so I have reacted to that also, but there are, like, if you think about it, level 3 autism compared to level 1 autism is going to be a different kind of logistic operation for some. And I would certainly want to be prepared in advance, uh, to prepare myself for what kind of service I need to provide for people, what kind of support needs they have, you know, it
Yeah,
kind of makes sense in that way also that, but so that makes me also curious, how will they know the support need when they just when it just says like that put your documentation here. There's different support needs too. So it's all just really, well, if we are having problems to think about solutions around this to make it less difficult for everyone, then no wonder there are problems
yeah.
with this, because it's like you don't
But
want people to suffer, people who need support, and you don't how to do that. Like some people would say, well, then just make more accessible spaces. Just do that. Right? Because it's obviously a need and all that. Yeah, that could be a solution, could it? Could we make two theme parks then instead of one? Would that be a solution? Like one disabled theme park?
you could, but I don't think that will happen, you know? Like, as much as that would be a lovely, I think that'd be a really good idea, but they are making a new theme park in the UK. It's like England's version of like Disney kind of
Yeah.
basically. But I feel like I work for this organisation called the Multi Schools Council, and what that does kind of raise awareness for all these different kind of conditions that we're talking about. And I have these meetings around like children at school now, and they tell me things that happened when I was at school, right? And I was like for example, splitting up autistic people with people that don't have autism or ADHD. So it happened when I was at school. They would basically put all the people on the spectrum together in one table and then separate themselves from everyone else in the class. And obviously that kind of
Yeah,
that
I see
prevents
that.
itself to getting bullied more. And I think that's one of the reasons
Oh,
I got bullied a bit more because of that. Which is
yeah, yes, because then, I mean, it shows such a clear separation as well, and that's problematic.
and and then it's silly because
Creates
you
an us versus them.
yeah
And
like
that would be the theme park problem too.
yeah
I didn't think about that.
it's like the people that are normal and they don't have that condition um that they would come up to me and say, why are you helping him or him, like people on that table? We're not getting help, and it's quite right. They didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't. And I think even though they don't have maybe autism or ADHD or on the spectrum, I think they still warrant help. And I think that's something that maybe is a problem that people don't get help if they don't have a condition. And I think maybe that's a part of the problem. But yeah, I don't agree though. People being split up just because of that. Yeah, it's hard to ask for help, obviously, but it's a difficult one. But I still don't. I don't think that should be a thing.
We should not split up.
No.
Not that. No. Yeah. I agree. But then we need to have um, designated tutors that are more allocated each person who needs the extra support. I feel like
Yeah.
that we should
Like
have,
like an individual rather than a group.
yeah, like we should have assistants, people, uh, school in to, yeah, what's it called? Uh, is it called assistants or tutors, or
Yeah, yeah. Tutors, assistants,
if
teachers.
it's in the classroom?
Yeah, tutor if it's your if it's your like main person to go
Mm.
to. But the thing is, not every it depends a relationship between their student and their teacher or tutor because not everyone's got to get on with them. Luckily, I did after a while. I didn't at the start. because
With a tutor or a
yeah,
teacher?
a tutor
Oh.
teacher. Um, Same
Tutor,
kind of
teacher, teacher,
yeah.
teacher, teacher.
It's weird
Now I'm
because
doing that again. Math.
it's because we say it because the tutor is the teacher, but not every teacher is your tutor. So so um so like it's difficult
Tutor's the
because
teacher. No, teacher's the tutor.
it's difficult, right? Because
Mm.
you may have a tutor for a certain subject. So your tutor most likely teach you maths and English, but everything else they won't. So you have like a tutor for science, maybe it's tutor for RE, tutor for sex ed. So you have all these different things. But then you might just go to your main tutor. But even if you say it to another teacher, they'll blab and then they go back to your tutor anyway. So you can't really. It's hard to trust teachers unless it's your own tutor because it will go back to them anyway. Um, but yeah, my one was quite good because it was kind of individual because I went from a mainstream school to like a school with special needs. So I kind of got the best of both worlds.
Oh, that's nice. I never had a tutor, or well, I was actually put, uh, I think, in like a special needs group for a very short while in high school, I think. No, junior high. It was a very short while for math. Didn't last. And yeah, I was made fun of by the math teacher. I remember. It's terrible.
Um, that's not good.
No, it's not. It was not.
Yeah,
Norway. Actually.
it's it's happened to me before. Like
Oh,
I remember I got a detention, like a timeout, basically for not bringing my pencil case to a lesson once. And it's a funny story.
I'll, you forgot your pencil case and then
Yeah,
you got a timeout.
yeah, that's all right. Um,
That's terrible.
but the funny thing is, right, the reason I didn't bring it was because I saw the laptop trolley right outside the class, so I presumed that we'd just gone to computers. And the
Mm.
funny thing is, right, didn't use a pencil case once. And we were just on computers. So me being me, at this point, I'm quite a confident person. Like I mentioned before, getting a bit more confident with things. So what happened was I went there. Well, I actually went to my tutor's class first, and I said I'm not happy. I've got a detention. I'm not bringing the pencil case, and I haven't even used it. And they said go there and chat with the teacher. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that. But I did say to her, I'm not going to go. So they got annoyed me because I wasn't going to go. So I went, and I said, and then the teacher's like, oh yes, Mason, you're here for your
Oh, the
detention.
signal, your signal is disconnecting again.
Can you hear me now?
What? No, I just heard. Yeah, now I'm not sure.
Can you hear me now?
Move. Yeah.
Move.
Yeah, like, yeah, move. Try and move. Oh, because you are moving, and then suddenly it has frozen for a bit, and then suddenly you're all over here. So something happened in the meantime, like
Probably internet again.
a glitch.
What
Mm.
bit did you
Yeah, but
hear?
yeah, I didn't. Uh, it was about you. What happened when you
Oh yes.
after when you didn't really need your pencil case and
Oh yeah. So I went to the room. It was a science room, so it was a science detention. Um, and I said to the teacher, I'm here for the detention, but I'm not saying. So I say, I might have raised my voice because I was quite annoyed. Um, and then they accused me of shouting. So I basically said, no, my reasoning was because someone else forgot their pencil case too, and they got given a pen.
oh
They got given a pen. So that's
yeah.
if that didn't happen, I would have happily have gone to detention. As awful as the circumstances were, I would have gone if that didn't happen. But I basically saying, how could you give it to someone else who did exactly the same thing as me and not give them a detention too? And they said, I wasn't going to give you one anyway. They said, go to lunch. So basically, that's the reason I got out of it, of a silly situation. Um, and it was more like it was a situation where the teacher kind of was more kind of um, because they were naughty. they're like a naughty student. The other one was, and that's the reason they got a pencil.
No, uh, they were treating you differently.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They were showing favorism to someone, and then giving you were at a disadvantage because they didn't like you.
Yeah, that, that
That's what it sounds like.
that's what it
Just really
was.
rotten behavior. Or I hope they were be just really. So that's not just being naughty, like, or funny, or anything but when you say they were naughty, you mean it in like in a serious way. Because
Yeah,
the word naughty to me sounds like it's something that you use for kids or adults who are
yeah,
being silly.
yeah. Like how
But
I would
that's not
explain it.
silly. That's like serious. If a,
They would disrupt the class quite a lot. Basically, um, they would disrupt it and kind
the
of look for.
teacher.
No, no, the other student who forgot the pencil case as well.
Oh, you. I thought you were talking about a teacher doing this.
Oh no, not the teacher. It was the other student.
Okay. Think maybe the internet signal made some words disappear, so it sounded like you said that the teacher was being naughty.
No, if they were being naughty, I would have gone to the head teacher.
Because that's what I got through the signal here.
Oh,
It was
oh,
like,
oh no.
the teacher was being naughty.
No, no, but you was right from what you said about the teacher was treating me differently,
Mm-mm.
to the
Yeah,
other one.
the pen thing certainly
Yeah,
sounded
like
like
it happened a lot, when I was at school. Like because I was more of a like I was well grounded, so I would do my work. Like teacher would just pick on you rather than
yeah.
maybe the children that were kind of wanted to disrupt the class. So they would pick on you, and I know why they would pick on me because they know I'm going to respond in a calm, maybe mature way rather than someone else. So I get it,
Terrible.
I get it, but it's not a reason. It's not a reason. Uh,
Oh gosh, I don't get it. I really I in what way do you get it?
it
I
doesn't
don't know.
help. The thing is, it makes them worse. I find. I don't think that situation works because it also happened when like the prefect, basically like head of year when you was at school. Like that same student got given that ahead of me, and that was probably to help their behaviour. And my tutor and teachers in my class were really annoyed about that because they thought that's not helping any situation. That actually makes them worse. So yeah, and that was at a special school, by the way. So it's not that all special schools have their good days. Like literally at this school, I had to get teachers autism training because
Whoa,
they
yeah.
took things the right way. I'll give you an example. So at school, when at the end of your lesson before lunch, they'll say it's time to go for lunch. So basically, I would go in this time because it was exam season. I would go in straight have a lunch with my lunch box, and then teachers come up to me saying, "Why are you in for lunch?" And I said, "My teacher said I can go to lunch," but they meant not literally. They meant go out for break. But you didn't say that to me. I'm just getting the influence you're saying I can have my lunch now. And then that's where the
Yeah.
confusion hits. So then from that moment, and also a few other
I need to stop.
things.
Sorry. That anyone would think that means go to actual lunch, right?
Yeah, that's it.
What the heck? That's not, that is like, huh? Th- Did I hear you right? They denied what, like, they said go to lunch.
Yeah.
You thought it was lunchtime.
It was lunchtime, and it. So what they meant was, is
Uh,
because at school they would call a certain year to go to lunch, and
Oh, a certain year. Okay.
And I thought when the teacher said to me, my actual like it was the art teacher said to me, "Everyone go to lunch now." I thought in that moment, um, you saying I can actually go to lunch now. Are we going earlier now? So I go, and then that
Mhm.
is basically the communication wasn't kind of understood from both ends. I said that just basically they just got their autism training. After that, what happened there?
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Yeah, that's what how you started the telling what you started telling me. That's good, but also quite wild that you had to be the responsible part for that.
Yeah, and I don't think
Yeah.
it's right. At school probably, or even workplace environments, definitely will do that now. So yeah,
Mm.
I try and help it as I can. Like if wherever I go, I'll try and help. Like have some more awareness for it for anyone, really.
Oh, that is that's a great thing, and
Yeah,
that you're using your skills and passing on your knowledge is good.
yeah. Like I do these speeches sometimes, at different events, like do host things, and yeah, I
Oh,
try and I, I I try and just have fun with it because I always say it could be doom and gloom. Like we've talked a lot,
what doom and loom?
gloom, gloom,
Doom
doom
and
and
gloom.
gloom. It not very bright, in other words.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it could be like that, and
doom and gloom.
yeah, doom and gloom, saying
It's nice also
yeah,
the clang to that word. Yeah, or phrase.
yeah. But I think yeah, you're learning a lot of sayings today.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. Oh, I don't think I have.
but we've said everything.
Well, I can't. Is there like anything I should say?
No,
It's,
no.
it's just I had fun just listening to all the English, British phrases. It's like nice hearing those. So sometimes when you hear words and stuff, you just really like it. Oh, that's echolalia, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's part of it a little bit.
Like
Like,
recently, I found quite a lot of people that love the British accent. Uh,
yes, but also I was thinking about when you said tutor. I was thinking about the tutors. That time period.
oh yeah, the Tudors.
Tutors. So I wanted to say that earlier, but didn't want to interrupt yet again, you
That's
know.
fine. That's
But
fine.
there was like in the beginning when you said math and maps and maths, and I didn't. So that was fun. And then the tutors, teacher, and then a teacher isn't a teacher, and a tutor isn't a what did you say?
Yeah, tutor, teacher, teacher. No, not all tutors are all your teachers.
Not all tutors are all your teachers.
Yeah.
What? It
Um.
was yeah, it was that was fun. You had a fun saying about that, like back and forth, and
Yes.
then
Some
at
may
the
see that
end,
differently though.
some may see that differently. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
and then it's
some might be like your art teacher's your art tutor, when really your tutor is really your main teacher that you go to every morning.
oh, I thought it was a saying. I thought it was like that it was like a saying, a
Oh no,
British
no,
saying.
your teacher, you call your teacher your tutor, really. Um, but no, it's not saying it. Do use it.
Oh God, I know I feel silly because I kind of tried to repeat what you said because it sounded just so melodic. I was like, oh, that's nice. A tutor is a teacher, and a teacher is a tutor. I thought it was like a wise old British saying or something. So it
No,
got
no, no.
stuck in my head. And
Like,
then doom and gloom.
yeah, that's a saying. Yeah, that's a saying.
I got stuck in my head too. So I just it was so lovely to just get all of those words swirling around.
Yeah,
It's nice. Thanks for that.
I'm happy. I'm happy to help. Yeah, it's yeah, like
Yeah.
it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
A very interesting chat because we went all
We're
that.
just a really actually just like funny talk.
Yeah, because
A
we
fun talk, fun, not funny, but actually maybe funny too, but fun, a fun chat.
because we went everywhere, didn't we?
Yeah. Just like woo everywhere. Yes.
Yeah.
That's,
Um,
that's what it's supposed to be like.
that's right. That's life, isn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't the most professional one or the most tidy one, but it was real.
We got there. We got there in the end. But
Yeah.
yeah, Charlotte, thank you for,
Thank you.
for coming on. Um, to everyone seeing this today, we hope you enjoyed it. If you're still here.
Maybe you need to edit it
Yeah,
like a short
yeah,
cut it.
yeah. But yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks to Charlotte, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Right.